Okay, so you're about to watch my review on the 89 Survivor Series. A couple things that I forgot to add in on this video or was a little confused that I went back and clarified. Okay, now in the main event, it was supposed to be Tully Blanchard. Okay, Tully Blanchard got pulled because he failed a drug test from the day before. So it was actually Bobby the Brain Heenan replaced Tully Blanchard in this match. So you had the Warrior, Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty, Jim Neidhart versus Haku, Andre, Bobby the Brain, and Arn Anderson, and the babyfaces wound up going over. The other thing I forgot to mention, okay, in the review here, Zeus and Hogan had a very cool spot coming off, SummerSlam 89. They had a very cool part, where Hogan picked up and slammed Zeus. And, I'm trying to remember. You know what? I believe that Zeus got DQ'd for choking one of the Demolition guys out. But him and Hogan had something going on in this match. But I think that Zeus got himself DQ'd. It was one of the Demolition guys, or maybe it was Jake, but he choked him out. But pretty cool stuff with Hogan and Zeus. I don't remember exactly what went down. Okay, and it was in Chicago. And it was an unusual event. But anyways, this is my review for Survivor Series 89, so enjoy. Okay, today we're going to take a look at the 1989 Survivor Series. Now, something about the 1989 Survivor Series, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but this event gets lost in the shuffle, and you never hear any discussions really about SummerSlam 89. Or Survivor Series 89. You never really hear anyone talking about it. I have no idea why. But let's look at some different things in regards to Survivor Series 89. Okay, so a couple different ways to access the 89 Survivor Series. You could either, one, you could get on Amazon and you could buy the Coliseum home video. Or two, you could check out the Survivor Series Anthology 87 through 91. Or three, you could get the pay-per-view recording, which is probably actually a cut of the Coliseum home video. But today, we're going to go off memory. We're not going to go off this match card. We're going to go off my personal memories of that event. I believe I want to say it was in Chicago. So let's take a look at the Coliseum home video. I'm going to try to go off the top of my head. I'm not an expert on Survivor Series 89, but I am very familiar with it. I have seen this event many times. So let's take a look at some of the matches. Okay. We'll start with the bottom match here. The Dream Team of Dusty Rhodes, Tito Santana, and the Barbarian. Dusty Rhodes, Tito Santana, Brutus the Barber, and the Red Rooster versus the Enforcers, Akeem, the Boss Man, Rick Martel, and Honky Tonk Man. Now, I remember in this match, the Dream Team versus the Enforcers, I remember Dusty going over in this match, and then I remember Boss Man giving him a shellacking with the nightstick, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that the Boss Man gave him a beating with the nightstick. Your announcers for this event in Chicago were Jesse the Body Ventura and Tony Schiavone. If you remember that time stretch, Schiavone and the Body also did the 1990 Royal Rumble, and for some reason Gorilla was out on this pay-per-view. I don't know what was going on. Maybe he was on vacation or something. But yeah, it was Schiavone and the Body. Okay, next match, the 4x4s. You got Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Hercules, Rugged Ronnie Garvin, and Bret the Hitman Hart. And they battled. It actually has a picture of Barry Windham, but there's no Barry Windham. It was actually the Canadian Earthquake, John Tenta, Greg the Hammer, Macho Man, Dino Bravo. Now, what winds up happening in this match is it comes down to Bret and Savage at the end, and Savage winds up, showing where he was at and showing where Bret was at the time, and he winds up hitting one of the most beautiful flying elbow drops I've ever seen. The Macho winds up going over. Next match, Rowdy's versus the Rude Brood, and the heels actually went over in this match. They had a little bit better team chemistry, but I mean, that's a devastating team. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. I mean, look at the wrestling capability of that team. I mean, Kurt Hennig Rick Rude, and the Fabulous Rougeau brothers. Those are real wrestlers. And then over here on this side, you got Snuka, who's a good wrestler. Piper, who was more of an entertainer, and the Bushwhackers, who were there for entertaining. So look at the wrestling star power. If I was drafting between the Rowdies and the Rudes Brood, I would pick the Rudes Brood every time. I mean, just from a pure athleticism standpoint. And the heels wound up definitely going over in that match. Okay, Ultimate Warriors versus the Heenan family. This wound up being a weird match. I'm trying to remember who got scrubbed in this match. I know the Warriors team won because the Warrior and Andre were having problems at the time, and I know the Warriors team won. I remember possibly, let's see, I'm just going off the top of my head. I think the Heenan family might have had 3, and then I think Bobby Heenan actually was one of the wrestlers in this, possibly replacing Haku. For some reason, I don't remember the reason why he replaced Haku, but I believe Bobby Heenan actually wrestled on this night. And that match actually went on last. So, Andre had a lot of Survivor Series experience. Let's see, that's the thing about Survivor Series 89. It was one of those tapes that was never really in the video store much. So, you didn't become really familiar with it because it just wasn't in the video stores that much. But it was a good event in Chicago. It was just a little scrambled, a little strange, and kind of forgotten. And then you had the Hulkamaniacs versus $1 Million Team, Hogan, Demolition, and Jake. Just a weird team. Versus the Powers of Pain, DiBiase, and Zeus. Now, Hogan winds up winning the match, of course. And then it goes back to the locker room, and there's a vignette, and Sensational Sherry and Zeus and Macho Man do a number on Hogan and Beefcake, setting up the No Holds Barred. You know what? Let's take a look at the card listing. That was off the top of my head, but let's take a look at the actual card listing here to see what I've missed. Okay, so there's the Survivor Series anthology. Let's see. Enforcers versus Dream Team. We talked about that. Shamuni interviews Bossman. Gene Oakley interviews 4x4s. King's Court. Gene Oakley, the genius, reads a poem. I'm going to tell you about that. Shamuni interviews Macho Man and Zeus. I don't think I missed too much. Okay, so the Heenan family versus the Warriors. Andre, Haku. I'm going to have to go back and rewatch this. I just saw this damn tape recently too, but it's going foggy on me. If anybody's got any info on 89 Survivor Series, I'm forgetting some of this. I know I am, but this is kind of forgotten Survivor Series, but not a bad one. I mean, for a wrestling standpoint, you definitely enjoy it. Although it was a downer not to have Gorilla on commentary. Let's see. That's going to be a shot right there. Yeah, of 89 Survivor Series. Oh, okay, there's a picture from 89 Survivor Series as well. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I talked all about Survivor Series 89. Thank you. I'm going to have to go back and brush up on this tape a little bit.